Okay, so I head up electronics, I head up advanced manufacturing, and I also look after the associate degree program in applied engineering for renewable energy technology. Last year, when we met in this venue, I spoke about a whole heap of areas that our students are involved in, and as part of my industrial liaison, I got tagged by a company in the Upper Hunter Valley. It's a manufacturing company, and this manufacturing company is quite unique, and it really spurred me on to focus on what advanced manufacturing actually is, what it represents, and how we present to the rest of the world in manufacturing. So it's not advanced manufacturing, from what we can see, is not necessarily about the product, although we can manufacture some pretty high-end technical cool widgets. It's more about the philosophy in some people's minds, how they go about their business. And the other part of it is that they could be buying some pretty funky equipment to make some traditional items as well. So really, it depends on the context. So advanced manufacturing is quite a broad topic. So my gig and TAFE New South Wales gig, in fact, is to react as quickly as we can to change in training demands according to where industry sits at any point in time. So last year, for people that are here, you may have remembered seeing a video like this. So Pete, if you wouldn't mind, if you could hit the play button, we'll just reflect on this for a moment. This is in fact a robotic dairy, and I was asked to go and spend some time on this dairy farm to understand how it works. The dairy has 6 robots, and they're intelligently controlled using electronic embedded microcontrollers. The dairy costs $2 million to set up. It's a husband and wife operation. They milk 430 head of cattle every day in a 24-hour period. There's no people on site other than to, make sure everything's ticking over. All the monitoring's done using smartphone technology. As we speak, there's cattle being milked, and when we're asleep tomorrow morning at 1 o'clock, there's cattle being milked. Nobody on site because they work business hours. So the big advantage for this particular dairy is that they've gone from a 2-person manual operation to employing 6 people. And their production is up by 30%. And in fact, they've purchased the farm next door, and they're roboticising that one as well. And so while there's some dairy farms that are barely scratching a living, these people are actually doing okay. And leisure time actually exists, which is really interesting. You don't very often see a dairy farmer with a motorhome or a caravan hooked up to the 4-wheel drive ready to go for a holiday, knowing full well that the cows are still going to be milked and it's in good hands. And the last point, and that really smacked me in the face, because the owner of the property said, "Dave, you're all over the electronics, that's fantastic. I reckon you'll be able to help me find a new worker." Great. Here's me thinking it was going to be an easy gig. To get a job at this dairy farm, you need to be au fait with electronics. You need to be au fait with hydraulics, pneumatics, IT, metal fabrication, and oh, by the way, you need to know a little bit about cattle. Man, what a gig. So there's still a position vacant at this property. The problems that he has are emerging ones, like the robots are out of warranty now. He has had robot technicians come out and have a look at gear when it fails. One of them got booted off the property because, as the dairy farmer explained to me, this guy was a telephone repairer. See a problem, get on the phone and ring the manufacturer, and they talk him through it. He doesn't want that. He wants somebody that can go out to his property, open the toolkit, understand the equipment, maintain it on site. Because this dairy's smartphone controlled, and they're gathering a heck of a lot of big data, it's open to cyber attack. And that's a really big issue for him down the track. I was talking to a guy from PricewaterhouseCoopers who said that there'd be cyber criminals out there that had shut this down in 20 minutes. This operation's amazing. This operation can't afford to lose a robot for a day, let alone have the whole thing shut down for any period of time. Or down the track we'll see people thieving the data that's been gathered for their own purposes. So TAFE comes to the rescue, and we had to think about a solution to this problem, and it came because of an understanding of the electronic control. So this is my area, and I had a good look at the electronics, and it was familiar to me because I'd seen it with automotive engine management systems. Same microcontroller, same smart slide switches, same interfacing technology. Well, blimey, this is really, really robust electronics, and the European company chose these components and this layout for a reason, because it's designed to last for a very, very long while in harsh conditions. So it got me thinking about transferring of technology, and I was thinking about the types of people that the dairy farm wants to employ, the multi-skilling. So we've pulled together a course in advanced manufacturing, and it includes training in robotics and training in high reliability rework. So this is defence style soldering, and also we're looking at industrial automation technology. Precision welding. If there's a bracket that a hydraulic arm breaks, that bracket needs to be welded and fixed, so that the person working in the dairy farm will be able to get away from the computer keyboard and pick up a MIG welder and do some work there. Also, electrical instrumentation. This farm does real-time pathology testing. So when there's milk that's being extracted from the cow, there's a portion of the milk that's tested. They're looking at cell count. They're looking at mastitis detection. So an understanding of instrumentation is really important because they're transporting liquids throughout the operation. Oop. Embedded controllers. There's some people here that live for embedded controllers and understand what I'm talking about. And this is the electronics, the intelligent systems that control the machines. Also rapid prototyping. It's really important to be able to manufacture things on site really quickly. You don't want to have to wait months and months to get something from Europe when you can manufacture it on site. Cybersecurity, of course, is a very, very important aspect, and computer hardware, of course. Now, I'll dob this guy in as a guy, a manufacturing manager from a company at Bennett's Green. He's called Rob Martin, and at DSI Dowidag. He grabbed me by the ears, headbutted me fair in the face, and he said, if you are going to pull together an advanced manufacturing training course, it's not an advanced manufacturing training course unless you have competitive systems pulled into it and business methodology. From his standpoint, he wants people on the shop floor to fully understand the business reasons behind why the big guys ask people to do things. You know, you hear that rhetoric of people saying, if I was the boss, I would do da-da. The boss is a moron. You know, why did he make that decision? So the reason why we've pulled lean manufacturing and business in is for people to understand fully the reasons why the big guy who's on the big bucks has made these important decisions. And of course, we have livestock management. But isn't it funny how it's just buried deep in the course? It's almost secondary. The primary things are all of the funky things that we've spoken about, and the obvious thing, of course, is livestock management. And fluid power and industrial automation, two very important areas, so the hydraulics and the pneumatics. So with all of that, the only way that I've been able to pull this course together is to pull together around about 12 or 13 different departments and their individual workforces to get together in a collaborative effort and all actually agree on things and celebrate the success of each other's individual areas to work together to produce this amazing course. And so we've taken an idea and we've executed that idea. Now what's happened with this is that we've been identified by the South Australian government to take this sort of methodology and pull it into the Latrobe Valley for the redeployment of workers for the power station that's just been shut down. We've also been tagged by a super farm, vegetable farm in Toowoomba, and they really love this type of methodology. And so we've got a very happy dairy farmer, and we've got students that are bogging in and doing their work in some pretty funky areas, and all working toward the common goal of us providing multi-skilled students with niche areas of expertise to be able to launch themselves into areas in advanced manufacturing. Thank you.